Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. Um, Three church burnings that happened in Louisiana, and it's the FBI is now investigating of a possible hate crime. Um, and this is it's reports that the police says that this is not a coincidence. So it's very suspicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is a CBS News report of this story. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then I'm gonna continue the rest of my commentary.
Well, the FBI has joined the investigation into a string of suspicious fires at historically black churches in Louisiana. 3 churches have burned in less than 2 weeks near Baton Rouge. Omar Villafranca's there.
The fire at Greater Union Baptist Tuesday burned from the roof to the pews. For Pastor Harry Richard, whose grandfather helped start the church more than 100 years ago, the damage is personal.
He left a legacy for me, and I was trying to fulfill that to the best of my ability.
All stations, we have a church fire, Highway 182.
The suspicious fires began early last week, the most recent one yesterday. All 3 historically black Baptist churches are just a few miles apart in St. Landry Parish. H. Butch Browning is the state fire marshal.
Based on what you've seen here, is this a crime scene?
Yes, we do believe that this fire is suspicious. We do believe a crime has occurred.
Historically, the burning of black churches was used to intimidate communities. Parishioners here are on edge. Kyle Sylvester is the pastor of St. Mary's Baptist, the first church that was burned.
We can't let this setback stop us from doing what God has initially called us to do.
The ATF and FBI are involved in the investigation, but the fire marshal says it's too early to categorize any of the fires as hate crimes.
We're going to solve this, and for the people responsible, the right thing to do would be come ask for redemption and come forward and let us help you through this process. Don't make us hunt you down, because we will.
Investigators have sent evidence to the state crime lab, but results could take a few more days. As for the churches, all 3 pastors tell me they plan to rebuild. Margaret?
Omar, thank you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is what I'm saying, that ever since, 45 is president, you got a lot of hate groups is on the rise. And they're not going to talk about who is responsible for this because, again, they're under investigation. So realistically, but we already know what this is. We already know that this is definitely a hate crime. Even though in the media they're not going to confirm it, even though the fire marshal is not going to confirm it, but to me, this is definitely a hate crime because they've been burning churches for nearly 500 years. So this is nothing new. And basically you have these church burnings to intimidate, black people in this country. And obviously that this is a perfect example of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the thing of it is that you have realistic things that's going on. And they trying to downplay this because they don't want no uproar, or they don't want no speculation, or they don't want nobody to be like, oh, wow, oh, wow, really? And this is really not a surprise in the black community. We really expected something like this to happen. And it happened in Louisiana near Lafayette with 3 churches, burnings in the past week. So they claiming that, they claim it as suspicious and everything, but realistically, they already knew who was responsible for this. But they're not going to tell the media that. But they already know who's responsible for this because obviously, if basically they don't want no uproar, they don't want to speculate. And obviously, that the thing of it is, you say you don't want no speculation, but we all really know, we already know what this is. So there is no speculation. We already knew there was the white supremacists is doing this to intimidate the black community. So as you hear from the CBS News story, the 3 pastors on the historically black churches are planning to rebuild their churches again, which is great on their part. but still we already know what this is, and they can just downplay it. They can just say, well, we don't want to, want to speculate this. We already know what this is, and black people in this country won't be surprised either. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.